Hi. Welcome to this video project for English literature subject from ELT course 3rd semester. Here I'm gonna talk about this work, Caged Bird by Maya Angelou. This work talks about two birds. One is free and fly through the sky, claiming it theirs, and the other bird is basically caged in a jail or in whatever you want. And he's longing for the unknown, but surely better freedom. This poem describes in detail the situation and even thoughts of the two little birds. Since this work describes poetically the physical and emotional circumstances of the two birds, circumstances like physical and emotional, the two of them. And it uses metaphors, personification, and even like contrasting of situations. So with these characteristics, we infer that this poem, this work, is a narrative and descriptive work or poem. This poem is a great example of artistic expression as it exposes a situation such as captivity with a metaphor with animals, and along with the author's description of the birds and their situation, and also with a brief personification of them, the reader can easily feel familiar with, the situation and the bird's feelings. All human beings have passed in different ways and under different situations through all of these feelings that the text exposes to us. So it's easier for the reader to be empathic with this text and with this context. But this element is like a double-edged sword, since it can be of the liking of those who are close to this feeling, but it also can be total repellent for those who are also close to this feeling because they don't want to remember these situations. But also I think that most of the feelings that the poem awakes are supportive, and this feeling of trying to be empathic with the author and with those who have suffered these conditions before. This work, along with other works of the author, is a great representation of how the artist takes even the worst experiences of her life to transform them into her muse, in the basis of her art, wasting her feelings on it and creating something beautiful over her path, full of humanity, not only because it reflects society and its darkness, but because the artist turned it into something poetic that creates connections between minds and hearts with the situation of those involved in the work, or if it is the case with the artist. It is very sad that many pieces of art have derived from heartbreaking feelings and situations for any living being, but at the same time is admirable that those who have been victims of these bad experiences, have the strength and heart to share all of these emotions in such a beautiful way, while creating a call to action to the rest of the world and try to prevent from hearing on the distant hill for more of the caged bird sings of freedom.